morning, folks. Good morning. We are back for more, working on our little short cartoon here. So, this is a continuous work in progress. If you are new to my channel and you are watching this for the first time, you may need to go back and start to go back a few videos, and you'll see the starting point of this particular project. I'm doing this in a real-time scenario so that as I talk about what I'm doing, the viewer can experience and appreciate step-by-step process of how you work on your animation to finish it. So this is for people who are making their own animated projects or people who are just curious about it to see how it's being done. So here I have these characters are all coming together to hug one another. And I think what I can do here with Miguel is, since I've got him in the clear, sort of in the bottom right hand, I'm going to grab him completely here. And then I'm going to copy and paste him into the next frame. And then I'm going to move him where we can see him, or in the right position here, close to the right position. Okay, so we can see that his arms and legs are not going to be in the right spot, so that's okay. So what we'll do is we'll erase out the change. I think I can probably just swivel his arm here. Let's see. For the new position. So to move the swivel point here. And then I should be able to swing his arm. You can see I could swing it up into the right position. Okay. On the back arm, I'm going to erase that out. Draw it back in, and I think what I'll just do here on the bottom on the legs is I think I'll just erase these and yeah, just redraw them. But you can see how I was able to save some of that so that instead of having to redraw everything, I can kind of work with what's there. Let's say so. When I got, oops, it's wrong. Okay, we want black. Great. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can copy paste stuff sometimes. Doesn't always work for everything, but you can do quite a bit actually. As long as, if you can get the character out by himself, and and if you are working with characters on separate layers, then that makes that a lot easier. But in this particular case, I had the character was, these characters are all together in the same scene. So it's not easy to do that. I have to be a little careful to like where the characters start and stop, and then they're overlapping each other too. That's another thing. So it doesn't make it easy to just copy paste stuff. So I have to be a little careful about where characters' actions kind of overlap one another. I have to be careful about that. So let's see here. So that's, well, if you can do something that will save you some work, of course, I would highly recommend saving yourself work, if possible. I see no reason why you shouldn't. I'm going to take advantage of anything that will save you some work. Animation is so time consuming that obviously you're going to want to, you know, save yourself some work if possible. So let's see. And all right, so I'm going to put the line in the front here. There we go. Yeah, okay. For those that are new, I'm working in Rough Animator. That's the program that I'm using. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. So now with Jason, I think we can grab some of Jason here. So let's see. I'll move this. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll grab Jason here. But I think we'll just grab the top of Jason here because we're not going to be able to grab all of him. So we'll copy that, go to the second there, and then paste. And then we can probably, yeah, okay, yeah, we can match up the top half of Jason. That works. All right. And then, yeah, we'll have to trace the remaining part. Okay, so all right, so let's see. We'll go back to here. So let's see. So we want to get, all right, get that arm. Okay. And then we're going to trace his hand. Let's see. There. His legs are, well, let's see. Yeah, well, we'll just trace his arm there, and then we'll put in the color in his hand. Okay. All right, on the shorts, let's see, that would be, let's see here. Okay. Okay, that's the shorts, and then legs there. Okay, let's see, and then let's see. All right, okay, so then we got shoes. Okay. Okay. So I think we got, yeah, right. Let's see, is that? Oh, yeah, okay. So, okay. All right, and then the color on the legs. And let's let's see, the shoes are, oh yeah, it's a gray. Okay, here. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, so there we got two images done. All right, now we're going to go to the next one. So now see, you can see here, well, see, actually we can't do, I was going to say maybe we could do Lenny, but, yeah, see, because Lenny is completely overlapping Nora. So, yeah, no, we'll just have to trace him. Because, I mean, I could, well, yeah, I don't, well, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking about it for about a minute, but no. Yeah, see, if I'd gone through and I'd done all the Lennies at the same time, then I might be able to pull that off. But, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So, okay, so we got black here, and yeah, we'll do it the hard way. But yeah, I mean, if you have the character separated out, then it is possible to do that where you can just copy paste throughout a scene, and it does take a lot less time to do it that way. It works pretty good, actually. I've done whole scenes that way pretty fast. But when you put everybody together in a scene, and like the only reason why I did that in this scene was because these characters are physically hugging each other. So to have them on separate layers kind of, well, it kind of doesn't work. I mean, well, because I want to get the sense of when I'm drawing them together that they're touching each other. So if they're on separate layers, they're not actually touching each other. So, though I suppose what you could do is you could animate something where the characters are. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, I suppose you could animate them together, and then when you're ready to do your color, you could separate them. So I guess you could do it that way. I hadn't thought about it like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. So that's another way to do it. Not a bad thought. Not a bad thought. So, yeah. Apologize for my daughter in the background there. She likes to make a lot of noise. She's a special needs child. Very sweet. Yeah, she's the one screaming back there. So we're not torturing our kids. She's just, that's her happy noises, I guess. So, let's see. All right. Okay. All right. So Lenny's hair is black. So let's see, what is the color? Oh yeah, yeah. So it should be that color here for his skin. Right. Lips. I'm going to put white in the eye. Let's see. Shirt is blue. I think that's the right blue, yeah. Oh yeah, skin color on the hand. Let's see, purple pants. Oh. I forgot to draw his other foot. Oh, gotta have his other foot. There we go. Can't just have one foot. Well, I'm sure Lenny would miss his other foot if we didn't put it in there. There we go. Alright, let's see. We got that color there for the sandals, which should be that. No. So it's gonna be, we'll do that. Okay. Alright. We'll move on to Nora. Yeah, see, because, they're because they're on the same level, it's just, the copy pasting, we're just limited. And the closer they get to each other, the less likely we can boo it. So, you know, we're old school on this one. Can't cheat our way through this scene. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. So it's going to be. Let's see. The old Disney inkers were really something, you look at some of the craftsmanship on some of the stuff that was done on Pinocchio and some of the great, even Snow White, just remarkable how difficult it must have been to um, the kind of work. It's just I look at it to this day, and I'm amazed at the level of quality. It's just astonishing. Um, it's what's amazing to me is that it just seems like that with our technology today, the things that we can do, you would kind of think that we'd be at a deficit, or that the old guard would be at a deficit. That what they could do compared to what we can do now, you would just kind of think that, oh well, you know, um, what they can do is, is what we can do today is greater than what they did. But that's just not true. It's really remarkable because, like I said, I can look at, say, the old Disney cartoons back in the day, and I'm just really blown away a lot of times by how much quality is in these things, because you know what it takes to make, when you're an animator and you're an artist and you're involved in the actual making of these things, you know when you're doing it, you know how much work's involved in making these things. So when you look at the quality of the old cartoons, and then you look at what we make today, and what we make today is great. I'm not taking anything away from that, but it's still remarkable when you look at how good, how we almost really can't even compare. It was almost kind of a love. Well, not kind of a love. I think it was a love. It was put into what was being done back then. There was just a very, very different attitude, I guess. It's like there was just something. There was an appreciation for what they were doing, a love of what they were doing. It showed through in the final product. So I guess that's the thing that impresses me the most is it's the product. It's the final product. When I look at the final product and I think, man, you know, that's what stands out to me. So even though we've got all these great technological advances today, which we do, somehow or another it seems to me that we're just not, there's no comparison. The level of quality that we have or that we put into what we do. It's not to say it's not there, but I don't know, it's just a different thing. So let's see. Doing time-wise. Okay, well I think we'll stop here. Yeah, we'll stop here. All right. Let me get into the next one. All right, well, we'll stop here. We didn't get as far as I thought we were going to get, but that's okay. You know, I don't like to make these videos too long. I keep the videos a length that, you know, is sensible. All right, folks. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful week. We'll see you tomorrow, and, you know, we'll carry on. Like I said, if you just coming in on this, you know, you want to go back and look at previous videos. This particular project, it'll occur to you as you're going back where it starts. Within this work in progress, I've done already, I believe, 3 short little animations. This one's the longest of the 3. So, yeah, so you want to go back until the beginning of what this is, and then you can follow it all the way through. All right, folks, I'll see you tomorrow.